Okay, I'm back with a hopefully spicy deck profile of Universe 7 Frieza. And even though the build is pretty much pigeonholed into running certain cards and is pretty obvious, I decided to take different routes with it. And I've been using it in the Harudegarn Trunks SS3 Goku meta, and it's been going pretty well. And it's certainly fun to use. So let me just talk about this deck, and you can let me know what you think. So Universe 7 Frieza leader. One drops are obvious in this deck. I would say you have to run the one drops times 4 in max in the Universe 7 leader builds because they're critical. They're really good. Goku fishes for stuff and Roshi negates. So both of them are pretty much staples, as is the super combo. You can run Sugeshin stuff with this leader, but this super combo is just because it can be tutored with this Goku. I use it, and so it's done well so far. And you can also use it with 5 life, so why not? The spice of this deck is pretty much the Gohan package, and I run Gohan with Videl. So in this meta, given how fast and crazy it is, it's good to have excellent low drops to push pressure and to draw a lot of cards. And so this Gohan draws cards, of course, has critical, and has Universe 7 characteristics, so it works with Frieza. So you're drawing a lot of cards with your leader and with his effect, and plus there's synergy with this Gohan and this Videl, because not only is this Videl critical in this meta because it can help stall the game out, so you can play your big Friezas and win the game, but also on turn 3, for example, you can drop this Gohan. If you draw many of these, which you probably will because the leader fishes a lot of cards, you dump all these Videls on the board, and then you're going to have 4 less cards in hand because of playing these, and then you can swing with Gohan and draw your hand back and go from there. And it's really good so far. I think it's really fun, and a lot of my opponents get annoyed by that because dropping these free blockers definitely stalls the game out. I run this Vegeta because it is Universe 7. It has a 5k zero cost combo, and because it does pretty much the same thing as the Goku, so there's a 5-drop Goku that's yellow that can self-awaken, but it costs 5, it costs 1 to combo and gives you 10k, and I don't like that because I already run enough 10ks as it is. So this Vegeta puts in a lot of work, and also if your opponent tries to stall you and they don't have a negate and you drop this Vegeta and you use his effect, you can win the game right then and there, and that takes a lot of people by surprise. And so I recommend running this over the Goku because it does pretty much the same kind of thing, and it's a free combo piece versus Goku, which is not. And of course, the Frieza package, you have to, if you have the special rare Friezas, you kind of have to run it. You have to run this package because it's just pretty sexy. This is pretty much a win condition. If you get this out against pretty much any deck in the game, you win. Unless they draw the nuts. Like if you get them down to 3 life and you swing, if they try to negate, that's a life pinged away. If they try to super combo, that's a life pinged away. And usually, almost always, they'll lose as soon as you drop this card. And this deck requires a lot of thinking ahead. So there are times where your opponent will attack you down to 3, 2 life, whatever, and you'll be on this side. Don't awaken yet. Wait until the swing back turn so you can drop this 5-drop first, and then use his ability to draw 2 cards, awaken, untap 2 energy, and then play this guy, and that will leave you with 1 untapped energy, plus you can use the awaken sides effect to draw 2 more cards and go from there. Overrealm, I like the 2 and 2. 2 foos to draw infinity cards, and then this foo for board control. And this foo is just really good in general. Like board control, even though I don't really need it in this kind of deck, because as soon as you drop this out, they can't really do anything. But this guy's really good, and so is this. Sideboard also has more options. I'll explain that after this. The extra cards, I know I run a lot, but this deck you're supposed to run a lot because of synergy and stuff. So Objection helps me get more energy. A lot of Universe 7 decks, especially Frieza, use Objection because you build up your energy so you can play your big guys. But also, the Objection has synergy with Gohan. So Objection drops energies down, and you then have less cards in hand, so Gohan can trigger. Nimbus also, you discard cards from your hand, and you can refill with Gohan. Sensu Bean is mostly for the turns where you have like a couple. You can drop a Gohan, you can swing, draw 2, play that. Then you can then play another Goku and go. There's so many crazy things you can do in this deck that it's just a matter of the game state. And this card's pretty much I don't like saying this, but this card's pretty much a staple if you're running blue. If you splash blue in any way, you should be running these. And possibly these negates right here. So the negate package I run is 4 of these and 4 of these for extra cards. Because Nimbus pretty much stalls the game out like crazy, and Whis does as well, but Nimbus does it better. And so that's the deck. The purpose of the deck is to stall until you get these guys out and just win the game. But against aggro, you have to take different routes. You have to survive first and then try to win on the swing back and play very carefully, mostly with these Gohans. You drop the Videls, and you're supposed to stall the game out, drop these Gohans, drop the free blockers, keep these in hand, and apply pressure to them with your board and your Overwhelm. So you're killing cards from their hand, but then when they swing at you, you play this, and you keep going back and forth. It all depends on the state of the game. But what is important is the sideboard. The sideboard is good against aggro. As you can see, if aggro gets too much, or is very present in your meta, you can run, you can side in. So here's my sideboard. An extra Fu for Soul Chain. Cronoa against the Sugesh decks. Haru Haru for Sugesh decks and yellow and green leaders. This is also another spicy card. Toa. This card's really good in this meta because you can steal Kaba, the green one, so that they can't Sugesh effectively. You can also steal their 1-drops that take life and progress the game state. You can steal their Goten, the BCC Goten. You can steal a lot of targets. You can steal their free blockers, and this guy's really good. Yajirobe for stall. Jocko for stall. They try to burn out their entire hand by combo. You can bounce back to 10Ks and try to solve the game. Masked Saiyan against Veggie decks and the small aggro decks. And Mafuba against the Rush decks, Apes, whatever. And so that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this is spicy enough for you. And hopefully I'll have more deck profiles when I think of things that aren't so generic. So, see you later.